Welcome to this edition of Labor Vision. I'm Bob Delaney, Executive Director of the Institute for Labor Studies and Research. Labor Vision, a production of the Institute, focuses on topics of importance to working Rhode Islanders. We hope you enjoy this edition.
Hello and welcome
Hi.
to Labor Vision, the at-home edition. So today we have a new guest on. This is David, the organizer with Fuerza Laboral. We're going to talk about his organization and some of the work that's going on in the state of Rhode Island. So David, hi, and thank you for being on Labor Vision.
Well, hello for everyone. My name is David, which means David. My name is David Molina-Hernandez. And I am a community organizer / community manager for Fuerza Laboral. Fuerza Laboral means power of workers. And what we do is that our mission is to shift the balance of power in our economy towards labor, towards workers. So what we usually do, our core, is to help people that has suffered from exploitation at their workplace, or people that have suffered from wage theft, or has suffered from unfair compensation in health and things like that, to work on their cases in a multidisciplinary way, right? So we not only know their cases and try to guide them in a way that they can not only help themselves, because we want people to, as we said, we want to shift the balance of power. We don't want to do a system for them. We want to teach them how to help themselves in their individual cases and for the future. And at the same time, we want to empower them with the capability of maybe starting their own business, maybe form a cooperative, or even join a union or demand for their rights in the future. Oh, and and also we work mainly, but not exclusively, we work for Latino immigrants because it is one of the populations that suffer from work exploitation and wage theft the most.
Absolutely. So where are you based right now?
So right now we work in the city of Central Falls, which is, I will say, relatively close to Providence.
Yeah.
It's only a mile radius, is the smallest city in the state, one of the smallest cities in the country, and it's also the city with the heaviest immigrant Latino population in the whole state. We not only work for Central Falls, we work for all Latinos and immigrants and people of color in the state and even Massachusetts.
Yeah. So we talk a lot about different ways that you empower the workers that come to you, but I picked up on teaching them how to start cooperatives and supporting them in that work. I was wondering if you could explain a little bit more what a cooperative is.
Yes, absolutely. So a co-op, from the outside, it will look like a regular business. You can say a co-op, a cooperative could be a coffee shop, could be a could be a printing office, could be could be like, you know, a group of construction workers that are getting, you know, that are getting a contract for a building, things like that. It will look like a regular business on the outside. The difference comes in the inside of the business. Co-ops don't have a triangular organization. They are a circular organization. All of the workers are at the same time the owners of their business. So the way that co-op is born is that, you know, 4, 5, 15 people, they join together and they start their business. All of them create their, you know, they create their core values, and they create all of the administration behind it, but at the same time, they are the ones that are doing the work. So all of them have the responsibilities and have the benefits of owning their own business, but in a cooperative way. And that's how they work. They can also put new people or take older people, and they also have a deep responsibility with their communities, because when a business is made in a cooperative way, they also are helping the community around them. That is pretty much what a co-op is.
So I'm wondering why these would be especially attractive for the immigrant and Latino workers that that you guys work with the most.
Well, first is to let them know what a co-op is. It's part of my work. Many people don't know it, or many people have heard of it, but they think that it's like compensation offices, or they think like the word doesn't come to mind because they've heard the word before, but they don't know exactly how they do and how they operate. In this country, they went out of fashion, especially in the hyper capitalistic era of the 80s and the 90s, where co-ops were looked down upon. The same thing that happened to unions, where individual growth was more important than collective growth. Now that collective growth is back in everybody's head, because we're seeing where the world is heading. So co-ops and unions are getting back into the conversation, and co-ops are a way for especially people like immigrants to build their own businesses without having too much, without having all of the hazards that comes from building your own business just by yourself, which is incredibly hard, and it's really hard to maintain throughout the years. In a co-op, there will be more hands trying to make it work together, so it's going to flourish easier and it's going to maintain throughout the years in a more effective way. But not only that, it's because especially immigrants and people without money, they don't have the power.
Right.
They don't have power. It's a shifting of power. Once they know how to do a cooperative, they get all of the education that goes with it, and they start their own business. It's a shift of power, and that will be, and that's very important for our community, because usually low-paying exploitive jobs is what the system has, what the system has, you know, put us on. It's where we are supposed to be. We are supposed to stay there and not go further, not go up. So that's how co-ops can be very appealing to them. And I think to everyone, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, that really sounds awesome. I'm wondering, like, if there is a special event going on that will be promoting co-ops in the state of Rhode Island. Oh, it's blurry because you have the
Yeah.
here, you gotta hold it closer.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
what you are holding up, I might have one on my desk. No, I just have the newsletter, the Fuerza Laboral
okay.
newsletter.
New one is coming soon. The new newsletter is coming soon.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
But what David is holding up is an invitation to go to the co-op fair at the State House on May 3rd. It's at 3 p.m., right?
So yeah, it's the state date of the cooperative in Rhode Island. But it's called Safeguarding Our Labor. That is what it's going to be about. It's the 4th anniversary. The first one was also in the State House, and we had some tables. Co-ops from the state were coming, so there was wine. There was a wine co-op. There was food co-op, printing, cleaning. So it's going to be very fun because people will have the chance to know what co-ops are working on the state right now, and we want to support them, right?
Yes.
So that's how we're going to find about them.
Especially a wine co-op. That sounds fun.
I know, right? and I think and there's a pastry co-op, I think, too.
Ooh, yummy. I always like when I can feel good about the food that I eat.
Yeah, there's also a foster parents one. There's also there's also surrogate mothers as well. There will be plenty of them. I think 10 or something like that.
Great.
Some of them were on the first on the first time that we did it, and this one they're coming back. So what happened year number 2 and number 3 was COVID. So we had to celebrate the state day of the cooperative. We had to do it online. We had to do it toward, via Zoom, I think it was. But now it's back. It's in person. There's going to be music. There's going to be all of the co-ops there. There's going to be speakers talking about their experiences, how co-ops are working in other parts of the country and all of that. So anyone whose interest can call you or can call me, can write to us, and we can give them all of the information. The information is going to be on social media as well. So it's going to be all around it. Just make sure you don't lose it, because it's going to be a memorable event.
Absolutely.
And also the reason for this event as well is because we will be coming back to what happened in 2016, which was with the joint effort of some senators and some organizations, but especially Fuerza Laboral, which was to push a bill for cooperatives to apply to the Department of Business as with a regulation, with a license to operate as a business. Because before 2016, even some co-ops can have 80, 90 years in other parts of the world and of the country. They were not regulated in Rhode Island. So right now they are regulated. The steps towards that, it's way more easier. And in the State House, it's going to be, there's going to be a commemoration for that on the on the state date of the cooperative as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely make sure to leave in the show notes and on the Labor Vision social media, the details for the co-op fair and also how to find your organization. I'll leave the links and everything below so that
Yeah.
people can stay in touch and hopefully join us for this awesome event. I know that I will be there.
Okay, amazing. It's
All
going
right.
to be good.
Well, is there anything else that you would like to plug before we wrap up?
Okay, so well, what we want people to know about Fuerza Laboral, about Power of Workers, is that they count on us. If you know of people that have been that have suffered from exploitation, discrimination in their workplaces, that have suffered from wage theft, things like that. If your Latino friends who do not know much English need help regarding any of these subjects or any other subject as well, because we can guide them to other organizations that are our allies, they can count on us. If you have a group of people that are interested in forming a new business in a cooperative way, we we are I'll say like the experts in guide you, because it's not our business, it's your business. We're here to help you understand how to make them and how to have them successfully throughout the years.
Well, that's great. And again, I'm so excited to connect our viewers with Fuerza Laboral. I will leave all the links and social media in the show notes. And you never have to miss a segment of Labor Vision. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Labor Vision RI. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Labor Vision TV1. And you can always find us at our website at laborvisionri.org. All right, well, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
And have a great day.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Labor Vision. We appreciate your input and encourage your comments. Labor Vision can be seen on this channel 3 times each week: Tuesday at 7 p.m., Thursday at 8 p.m., and Saturday at 5 p.m.